Hello everybody, my name is John Samuel. I work for Workspot. I thought I'd do a quick demo of Workspot Control and how easy it is to deploy desktops, Windows 10 desktops as that, anywhere in the world. So this is Control, this is the sign in. I'm just going to sign in right now. Oops, I've got to spell it properly, of course. By the way, this isn't scripted, so you might hear a lot of ums and ums. Sorry about that. That's just the way I am. So it's just me speaking. I'm not trained in any way to perform, so I'll just try and get that going. So I just sign in there. Oh man, it shows it's a real demo, doesn't it? Type in the password properly, John. There you go. So this is the splash screen that you come into when you sign into Control. Control is the control plane of Workspot. It helps you deploy out desktops, published apps, shared desktops, non-persistent desktops, and of course WVD when it gets enabled for us. So as you can see, I've got a whole host of different physical devices hitting the published desktops and applications that I've currently got in my demo environment. It's the demo environment I'm in right now, and I share it with like probably about 20 other people, I guess. But you can see we support Windows. I'm using a Windows physical client at that moment to show this. That's how I'm doing the recording. HTML5, that's pretty awesome. HTML5, that means you can use things like Google Chromebooks to access Windows 10 desktops in Azure. Android, I'm the only person using Azure in the Android in the company. There you go, that's just me. iPads, iPhones, Macs, yeah, so pretty much any physical device that users might have that they might use in their corporate environment. So I want to show you all this, but I'm not going to go into it. I'm going to do several of these little demos to make it sort of bite-sized, really, I guess. So let's go to the resources. As you can see, there's a load of stuff in here that we have. It's a demo environment, yeah. So I'm going to create a brand new pool. Pool is a concept that we have, which enables your users to access their Windows 10 desktops. So I'm going to create. We use Azure, by the way, so I'm going to use any of the Azure data centers, or regions, I should say. So I'm going to use the one that I have set up in North Europe. North Europe's in the Republic of Ireland. That's the Azure region that I'll be deploying to. I'm going to choose a persistent desktop. That's pretty cool. So I'm just going to have a Windows 10 desktop. I'm going to look at a template. So a template is taken from a Windows 10 image that's been uploaded. So we can take that Windows 10 image and then use that as a template to deploy out as many desktops as you want in Azure against that image. And if you haven't got an image, we can give you an Azure Marketplace image to actually turn into the template as well. So there's multiple ways around that. A lot of people upload their image. They've often done quite a lot of work on the Windows 10 image. You know, they've got different types of applications installed, maybe some sort of firewall, maybe some sort of antivirus, and all sorts of things installed already, like Office perhaps. So I'm just going to search for one of the templates I've got. I'm going to select that one there. I'm going to put it on the virtual network. There's only one in North Europe, okay, that I've got set up. So that's cool. I'm going to put it on there. This is an extension of the customer's CIDR block. So the customer gives us a CIDR block. We can then just use their Azure network as just an extension of their corporate networking, which is really cool, which means that none of the machines have to have public IP addresses. So I'm going to choose the VM instance. This is the size of VMs that I'm allowed to, and this is our demo environment. So we can show multiple different types of machine size in here, depending on what sort of licenses you've bought from Workspot. We've got a business SKU here, which is a 2 CPU, 4 GB of RAM. That's a fairly small machine. That might be useful for perhaps receptionists or security guards, or maybe call centers where they're using predominantly SaaS applications, perhaps. Then we've got a premium desktop, but we actually deploy out a 2 CPU, 8 gigs of RAM now. And in the demo environment, we're still using the 7 gigs SKU, but in Azure, but we now use the 8 gigabyte RAM SKU instead. That's good for people who are using everyday desktop applications, shall we say. So Excel, Word, email, Teams, all those applications that you probably use as a fairly middle of the road sort of machine. Power machine, that might be good for a developer where they might have like quite an intense IDE where they might be deploying containers, Docker containers out and doing all sorts of great things. That's used a lot by them. Then we also have GPU machines as well. Those are for guys like who are using things like Autodesk Revit, for instance, so they need the real power of a GPU machine. So I'm just going to take this premium desktop here. What am I going to call the desktop pool name? Well, I'm going to call it Demo by John. It's going to be simple that way. Display the pool name, Demo by John, and I'm going to just call description. This is this is my YouTube demo. Okay, I don't want that. YouTube, get the branding right. Number of desktops. Oof, crikey, how many should we have? Let's go 5 to start off with. Desktop name. So each one of these desktops is going to have a name. So I'm just going to call it John Demo. Yeah, you can put anything there. That might be a corporate standard. Yeah. Auto create on delete. I think I'll do another demonstration of that, another video on that perhaps. Suspend desktops, I'll do another one on that. As I'm working from home, I'm going to be not on the corporate network. So if I could only access these machines on the corporate network, for instance, I wouldn't have an RD gateway, I just click there. But maybe I want to allow people to work from home as well. So I'm going to have to choose an RD gateway. And as I'm deploying out to North Europe, up here, North Europe, I will be sensible to put the RD gateway in the same region, because if I didn't, I will use the RD gateway in the same region. If I didn't do that, then of course it would be a bit of a crazy route. I'm going to sign in with my domain and username, and boom, great. And there you go. I've got a brand new pool created, and I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 desktops, like it says up there, being created. Now I make the time about 11:51. Okay, so I think in the next 5 minutes or so, you'll probably see these machines go to a ready status. So they're just being provisioned. The next status we have is online. So they've been provisioning right now, so we can actually come back and have a look. That's going in a second. So they go online. When they come online, that means they've actually turned on in Azure. So right now, Azure is actually building the machines as we speak. So I didn't need to know anything about resource groups or machine sizes in Azure or premium disk or SSD disk or anything like that. That's all abstracted away from me. This makes it really useful, this great tool that Workspot have produced. So the next status will be online, and that's when they've got an IP address. There you go. So they're online and they've got an internal IP address. There you go. We're using the 10 range. As I said, there's no public IP address, so you don't need to worry about your machine being on the wild, wild west. Owning people on the corporate domain can access the machine, and with the corporate credentials, because these machines are going to be fully domain joint. They're going to be totally connected up that way. Got a detailed screen here. You can see the Mac. This one's still taking a while. This is the agent registering itself, so that's the agent coming online as well. So it's, obviously the operating system's booting up as we speak. So look at that progress. There's still provisioning. We've got one that's been a little slow. Of course, this is cloud. There's not much we can do about the speed. There you go. It's online. It goes as quick as it possibly can do, and they're all coming along. So that one's always going to be behind. I think machine one's going to be the last. I reckon that's been a couple of minutes. So I think we'll probably see these flip over to ready state, and when it's ready we'll have a fully qualified domain name in here, okay, which means it will be obviously domain joint, and then only people with the right credentials can access this. Okay, so let's see how we get on. Let's just refresh the screen and see where we are. Still, there you go. That's the domain joining as we speak. There you go. That's awesome. So the top one's going to be obviously a bit later. So that's been 2 minutes or so. And let's do another refresh on the screen. And those are ready. So 1, 2, 3, 4 machines all up and running, ready to be used by users in 2 minutes. And this one here, well, I reckon that'll be another minute or so. So there you go, it's just flipped over. So let's do a quick update, see where we are. That's still there. There's domain joined, so that's going to go to ready now. And those machines, there you go. So in about 3 minutes, or less than 5 minutes actually, I underdid myself. Those machines are all up and running, ready to rock and roll now for users to access. So all I need to do now is actually assign the users in my Active Directory to this pool name, and they can automatically sign in and get those desktops if there's 5 users. Of course, if there's 6 users, then the last person won't get a desktop. But then, of course, we can just increase the pool. So we can just come back and come here and say, oops, come back here and come in here and say, I want to increase the pool size by whatever number. I could put in, that could be 10 or 100 or 1,000. Yeah, it could be any size we really wanted. So we can actually increase the size of it if we got other people joining all the time. So I think that's pretty easy to show how easy it is to spin up a desktop pool ready to be used. None of these emails are assigned because, of course, I haven't pushed them out to users. And maybe that will be my next show. Actually, maybe I'll do that on the next YouTube. So there you go. That's how easy it is to spin up a desktop in Azure using Workspot. Really simple. No infrastructure needed at all. Just jump into control. Boom, done. All right, excellent. Hopefully you'll enjoy my next one. But see you soon. Cheers. Bye bye.